Voices in my head, they counsel me, they understand, they talk to me.
Hello everybody, you're listening to another episode of Talk Supernatural Radio. We don't know karate, but we do know crazy, and we're not afraid to use it.
And I am Scott Linden, and actually, I do know karate.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Like wax on, wax off from watching Karate Kid?
That's correct.
So next to being podcasters and karate masters, Scott and I are supernatural investigators. We head up SWAT Supernatural Investigations, and we dedicate our time into the study, research, and investigation of life's spiritual elements.
That's right, Heidi. We don't even work. we just sit here, and this is all we do.
No, that's not true. Don't lie.
Okay. I first want to thank everybody for wishing me a happy birthday. Rightfully so. I love your emails. Please keep them coming, because the one problem I have with emails is that I get a whole bunch of them the first day, but then I have to go like 6 days with nothing. Do you know what that's like? You say, well, no, Scott, I really don't get it. Well, think about this. Have breakfast tomorrow, and then for a week, don't have anything. Oh, okay. Get it? All right.
So it's like your food?
So this week we have to take a shout-out, to Toothy's Pub, where they're probably having milk and cookies.
Yes.
In Portland, Oregon. They said they listen every week.
Yay, Toothies!
Yay, Toothies! I love Toothies!
So,
Toothies was great.
oh my God, you belong there.
People in the one.
This episode, we're going to be talking about wacky and freaky but effective spiritual rituals.
Yes.
So, Scott, you know that saying, that one, you know what I'm going to say?
What are you going to say? What kind of sayings are you talking about? Like, you are what you eat?
No.
No. How about, I have multiple personalities and none of them like you?
That's not true. But no, not that one either.
Oh, how about, there's no stupid questions, just stupid people?
No, that's a terrible one, and that's not it either.
Oh, see how you are?
No,
I thought I nailed it on that last one, actually.
No, there's a saying that says that the universe doesn't give you what you ask for with your thoughts. It gives you what you demand with your actions.
That's why I do karate.
Is that karate?
That's right.
You do. When do you do karate? You know how
All
long
the
we've been
time.
married? I've never seen you do karate.
What? When you're sleeping?
You're doing karate when I'm sleeping?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll talk about that later. So,
It's like in the 4th grade, man.
that saying is what it means is that words are effective. So we have to be careful.
You want to see me break this table in half?
No.
You want to see it again?
No. Words are effective. So you got to be careful for what you wish for. And when you're doing some rituals, some people think that they're just sort of like, I don't know, little practices that don't mean anything, but they do. So now we're going to start with this whole Charlie challenge thing. We're going to...
Problem.
Yes, problem. It's gone viral. There was millions of people doing it in the first 2 days.
Problem.
No one really knows where it originated from, although in 2008 on a...
Probably satin had something to do with it.
I'm sure satin did. Back in 2008, someone mentioned it in a paranormal forum. This whole Mexican demon thing, I don't know where anybody got that. There's no Mexican demon named Charlie. So that just originated...
What kind of Mexican's named Charlie?
Yeah, like, really.
Maybe Juan or something, but not Charlie.
Hi, I'm Charlie from Mexico.
My name's Bob, the Mexican. I don't think so.
Yeah, no, that's just weird. But it's sort of like Bloody Mary meets the Ouija board. So if you haven't heard of it, this is what happens. They did this challenge. They hashtagged it on Twitter. It's all over social media. What they're doing is they're challenging people to call out this spirit named Charlie. You take a piece of paper. You make a cross on it. You form 4 boxes. And in opposing boxes, you write yes and no. So there's already different variations going on.
Sure.
So this was originally how it was started, but now it's only days later, and it's already changing. Like, they're putting different stuff in boxes, and they're turning it into their own little Ouija board. But then after you
exactly right, Heidi.
Thank you.
You said it. You nailed it right on the head. It's just another Ouija board.
Yeah. That's all
I mean,
it
the
is.
Ouija board's just a piece of cardboard with lettering on it. What's the difference if you're taking a piece of paper and writing lettering on it and putting something on top of it?
Yeah.
There's no difference.
Well, people are like, oh, it's just, well, what you do is you take 2 pencils.
It's just.
Yeah.
It's just a match until you set fire to yourself.
Right. But let me
Yeah.
explain, in case anybody's listening and they don't know what we're talking about. You take 2 pencils, and you put them on top of that box, and you crisscross them, and then you ask Charlie if he's there and he wants to play, and if the pencil goes to yes, then he's there, and then you ask him yes/no questions, and then at the end...
You know, the problem is if the pencil still moves towards no, you've still got a problem.
I know! It's not like, no, well then who is it, Janice? I mean,
If the pencil moves, there's an issue.
I'm here, but I don't want to play. But even so, I think it's just ridiculous. But
it's dangerous.
What's happening is people are, you've got one side of the spectrum of people saying that this is fake, it's a hoax. And, it's not real, but what you're putting into it is real.
Into it, right?
Yeah. So, it's just a pencil and paper, but you're calling out spirits. It could be anything. So it's just dangerous. And then, the whole little thing, the challenge is, will you risk it because Charlie may not leave, and now you've got the spirit attached to you, and it's like,
yeah, definitely take the chance of becoming possessed or having your life ruined. I mean, you should. I mean,
Yeah, why risk it?
You only live once, you might as well ruin it.
Good point. Well, the thing is, too, is if it doesn't go to yes or no, and let's say someone says, this doesn't work, it's fake, and then, in a year down the line, all of a sudden your house is haunted, hello...
Yeah, right.
So things lie dormant, too. So just because you didn't have an experience, it's just dangerous. We're urging people, compelling them, please don't do this. It's so stupid. It's just another form. What?
All joking aside, suppose there's a lot of people out there who've heard of people using crack and meth and all this other stuff. And, most of them would say, oh, my God, I would never, ever, ever, ever try that from what I have heard.
Right.
Why is there a percentage of those people that would try something like this?
Oh.
Even though there's people like us and other people saying, don't do this, here's what can happen.
Yeah. They do it, and I'm not sure why they do it. I would love, if anybody's listening and they have done it.
God, I hope somebody's listening. We're really wasting our time.
No, and they've done it.
Oh.
I would like to know why they did it. So you should email us.
When they email you and they start emailing you backwards in Latin, there's going to be a problem.
They start sending me tapes. But I'm just curious why people would do this. I used to do the Ouija board when I was little.
There's a certain amount of curiosity, and it's that whole spiritism that's just growing everywhere where people are wanting to know things. It's curiosity.
Well, now, kids are doing it in classroom because you got the pencils and the paper, and it's a big thing on social media. In Chicago and in North Carolina, 2 teachers have done it in the class with the kids.
Oh, how nice.
And so parents are like, they're like, don't do this, it's wrong, and you shouldn't be doing those stupid things, and we don't know what it leads to. So now the teachers are doing it. And we personally have friends who are teachers.
You've really reached a time period in this world where people are so naive of so many different things.
Yeah, they don't think it's a big deal.
It's like, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? It's like, where is the common sense? But they think it's. You get a few listeners here. They're going to say, "Oh, it's just stupid. It's it's dumb. It's not real, and I don't believe this, and I don't believe that." But there's a lot of things. You don't always have to have something. You have to have something happen to you to believe it or not believe it.
Right.
Do you really believe that if you run across the road 10 times with your eyes closed, you probably won't get by a car? Suppose you have 2 people. One closes his eyes, run across the street 10 times, never gets hit. He doesn't believe it's going to happen. He's not going to get hit because he's done it 10 times. Another person tries it once, splat.
Or the other person says, hey, he didn't get hit. I'm going to try it.
Right.
It's
he's
like,
okay.
Yeah. So, don't do it.
This is one of them smart cars. You might have a chance. There's a lot of things you can't believe that don't make sense. We've heard stories where, a car falls on a parent or something like that, and there's this little 4-year-old. This is a real story. Picks up the back of the car to get his dad out. Yeah. It is impossible, or is it? It happened. It's real. Well, I didn't see it. I don't believe it. There's lots of stuff we don't believe, we don't see. But if you have enough people saying, "Look, this is something you probably shouldn't do," what is the good going to come out of it? Are you expecting a positive effect? Are you thinking you're going to say, well, if I do this, chances are I'm going to have $1 million tomorrow? Or there's no positive.
I'm going to call in a spirit.
Yeah, okay, there's no positive known effect of what you're going to do. It's more likely going to bring in something, at least for the most part, that's going to be negative.
Right.
No one has told you that, oh no, good things are going to happen as soon as you bring a little demon in your hand. All right, check them out. I can now levitate, float, go between walls, spin my head around, puke up green soup anytime I want. All right.
Well, those are the positives, yes. So, and you made a good point. There's nothing positive that would come out of it if it is real, and we know this stuff works. It opens spiritual doors, and so we are.
You can come up with any contraption you want. If you're asking enough energy of it, you're asking enough of it, you're going to have an effect.
Well, in different countries and stuff, they do this too, but they use bamboo or they use different things. So
bamboo's really cool. You can segment that stuff. You can put some water inside of it, and you can carry it as a water container.
I think you watch too much Dual Survival. Well, so on that train of other countries and stuff, we are going to be talking about other rituals that people do. One is voodoo. Voodoo originated in Haiti, like everybody probably knows that. But it's a religion that's basically a combination of different beliefs. It's practiced mainly in Haiti in outlying areas, but a lot of people know that Louisiana, New Orleans, is real famous for.
New Orleans.
But New Orleans, they actually have a little bit of a different form of the voodoo.
Hey, New Orleans.
What?
That means Crawdaddy's down there.
Yes. I don't remember his name, but Crawdaddy something is down there.
Mason
Crawdaddy.
Yeah.
He's a listener. That's right. So voodoo in Louisiana is a little bit different, not completely. But anybody who practices voodoo are called voodooists, which means servants of the spirits. So
servants. In other words, you're not controlling them, they're controlling you.
Not a good thing.
Not a good thing.
So they voodooists believe in this unfriendly and unknowable supreme creator named Bandai. Pretty interesting. Bandai. One voodoo ritual involves seances, which is pretty common, divination and all that. Did you know Abe Lincoln held a seance in the White House? Yeah. The Boston Gazette in 1863 put out an article about it. And they had a medium come in, and him and his wife, and which is funny because the White House is very well known that the Lincoln Room is haunted.
Really?
Yeah, they see Abe Lincoln, or I think it's Abe Lincoln that they see. But yeah, the Lincoln Room's haunted. It's well known. Everybody knows it. And so I just thought that was interesting. And he also had a dream of his own death. And so I think he might have opened himself up to things during that seance. So that's interesting.
It's naive again.
Joan Rivers.
It doesn't really matter, what your statue is. You're not void from
right.
Ignorance in any of these areas. It can, you want to open. You can be the president and screw up.
Sure. Well, it happens every day. So, but Joan Rivers, she consulted a voodoo priestess.
She died.
No, I don't think she died because of this.
Oh.
But she said her apartment was haunted. That this weird writing was coming on her walls, and the temperature was changed.
It's called vandalism, man. It's hoods.
That's what they said. They're like, it's New York. It's vandalism. But it was but it was happening all the time. So she actually contacted a voodoo priestess to come in.
Oh, that probably helped.
Yeah, sure. And I guess all the people in, they're wealthy, rich people in that apartment, whatever she lived in, whatever they have in New York. And the people were walking in and they're seeing this lady in this long black robe, and she's like burning the sage. And I'm thinking, what she got, like, tearing off the heads of chickens with their teeth. It's like they walk in, oh, don't worry about it, it's just Joan Rivers' friend. So that was crazy. So I don't know, I just thought that was neat.
Happened to me once.
But, what? Biting out the heads off chicken? Or hanging out with Joan Rivers?
No, wearing the black robe and the sage, yeah.
Oh, yeah? Cool.
I do that during karate.
Do you? Awesome. Another ritual, or another thing that the ritual involves, is making someone into a kind of a vessel. Or a medium for a spirit. They allow possession. That's voodoo's very well known for spirits taking over people.
Yeah. That's good to be possessed.
Yeah, what they do is a person's taken to the forest. Ooh, already it's sounding freaky. In order to connect with the earth spirit, and the spirit lays claim to the body. Yes. And then it overcomes the person so that he or she becomes unconscious. And guess what?
Control. Yes.
No. They remain in this state for 3 days, unconscious, with no food and water. And then they're brought back to consciousness after another set of rituals, of course.
Oh, of course.
That's what you do. So it's so dangerous. Allowing spirits, we always talk about, don't talk to spirits, it's dangerous, don't do things like Charlie because you're bringing it in. But so many people get bored with that. That's